whatever fills the cart. Here's his mound. The same people that brought the rocks brought some dirt. And this is a low spot anyway, you can see. So this was a great place to drop it anyway. This is just some maintenance that I don't think has been done for, if ever, on this property. So he just wants to, and I help him mow, so yeah.
Good dirt.
Yeah, looks nice and rich. Apparently there's a hole, the dip. Something I don't think has ever been done. I don't think it's ever been, I mean, he just started rolling it. How far? Hold on, go back. Go back. I think that's a big old hole.
When you're driving on the tractor too, you about fall out.
I bet. Those didn't do wonderful. I mean, they came up, it was warm, and then it was snow. I don't know. Oh well. Oh well. On to bigger, better things for the spring.
At an auction the other day, Yvonne pointed this out. It is a fountain, but it's a cascading fountain. So I'm going to attempt to hook up a pump so we can get it to work. I have this old pump that we used to use at the other house, so hopefully it still works. Guess I got to see if it even fits first. So this is too small for that, unless it fits on the inside. Oh, it does. This might not be nearly as hard as I was thinking. So we had some mechanical issues with I thought it was the pump, but it's actually the tube had some stuff in it. So I've got that purged out. So now when I plug it in, I mean, it's not a gushing waterfall, but that's kind of what we wanted, was something nice and easy. And you can see already the birds have been using this when it just had rainwater in it. So another thing to do for the summer is to take off all of the winter cloths. I'm surprised that they all stayed on. The one for the couch or love seat did blow off a few times, but luckily it didn't blow anywhere. It just blew onto itself. and stayed there. So hopefully they saved the furniture for the winter, because this would be a pain if I got to put this in the barn every year. Things still needed to be done out here is from last year when we did the concrete. I still have to finish off the siding, so that's going to take me probably an afternoon to do, if not more, because I do have to replace some of the, when it only came down that far, they have 3/4 inch plywood behind the siding, so I need to extend that down and then redo the starter strip. But once that's done, it should be fairly quick. We need to hook up the hillbilly pool, and I also need to finish off the deck on that. I got the framework done, but I need to finish off putting on the deck, so that will take a good weekend probably to finish this off.
It's actually Mother's Day Sunday, and it is so nice out. Chris is going to do some Blackstone grilling. Alex is working, our son, and our daughter Zoe is working out of state. I might see her this afternoon. So I said, hey, I love Myers ferns. So I'm not sure if I'm going to try to contain myself from getting like plants, because we're still questionable on frost, and I know they'll be picked over, but it'd be fine. But I think I'm going to go ahead and do some ferns and get out some of my outdoor stuff around our back patio area. Because we're dying. I'm dying to start get out there, but you know, you have to cover everything up in Michigan because you still can get frost. So
we're dying. We'll be dying by the end of the day, that's for sure.
yeah, oh, probably it'll be warm. That's why I said I didn't want to do extreme. I don't know. I just want to do a little. I'm going to try to just do a little. Oh, I hope they have them. Maybe they don't have them yet. I don't know. They're in here. Oh, the hanging ones. They don't have the potted ones. Remember last year I got a couple potted ones? I will take 4 hanging ones if you want to pick out 4 nice ones.
No.
Yeah, just
you point them out.
Just pick out big old. He didn't wear a mic because he's going inside. That one looks good. It's big and plump. I don't think it matters this time of year. So 2 for the front porch and then 2 for the hanging things. See, he can pick them. I'm like, you just pick out the fullest. Oh, the Hosta. Buy one, get one 50% off. We are pretty much full sun, and really, Hostas like their shade. Oh, they're so pretty. I mean, we do have some in the front. Absolutely love those. I love that bright white. I thought they would grow, but see you come in for one thing and then you see all these pretties and you're like, oh, I want, I really like. So I think they don't have the ones I'm actually hoping for. So I'll just get these for now. I think I'll just get these for now. No. We had to look farther. We found them. See, they're a little bit, those kind of like trundle down, and then these grow straight up. So if you're putting them in something, and I know I got a ton of them last year, but whatever fills the cart. that looks like it fills the cart. That's my goal. They don't have the little ferns yet that I found here last year, so. Sorry, I have to have sunglasses on. I have very sensitive eyes to the sun. And we all know none of us want that macular degeneration from squinting. And we don't want the wrinkles either. They just come. Anyway, so I'm going to just do a little bit out here. Full sun right now. We get full sun. I mean, it's like 6 o'clock in the evening when it's finally covered with shade. Chris did a little prep. He uncovered the outdoor furniture. He hooked up the fountain that we got at an auction. So now we have a few little ferns to put in, you know, because as soon as you start getting those flowering plants, you got to water every day. You got to deadhead. You got to feed them every week. So that's kind of like, okay, once you start, it's all the way, you know, to the summer, and I know it starts to get picked over, so whatever's there is there. But I knew like the ferns would be hardy, the ferns would be easy to cover up. If we have a frost warning, they usually will warn you the day before. You have to pay attention to that. Up until Memorial Weekend, we're usually safe after Memorial Weekend. So I have a few pieces and parts back here of stuff that I have picked up since this spring has come. But I'm like, well, I can move some of my terracotta pots into my Yummy, because being in Michigan and it freezes, if you don't move terracotta in, the chances of it becoming brittle and cracking. And you know, I like patina, but I don't want to have a ton of cracked pots. And then this space behind me, Chris hung these hooks so we could have a couple ferns up there, and he actually found something to support them a little bit better. Because, you know, we didn't build this house, somebody else did. You don't know where all the wood and the stud, and we know that there's like almost a shingling behind here because he has to still fix from, you know, there's not enough time in the day. We like to shop. We like to do auctions on weekends, so Sundays, like, get it all done as much as you can. So I think he's going to go ahead and hang those plants. And then we never did get our galvanized taken care of. It just like, it snowed like right after Halloween, and I mean, it was like, and then it just kept snowing this year, so that ended up, I hope that's okay. I see I need to blow some more leaves. That's a relentless job. But yeah, we'll just see what I get done in this video, and I'm trying to decide where I want to put my yummy plant stand, my round one, because I had this here last year, this bench here last year, but I think I want to put the round one here, or center it underneath the barn quilt. Center that underneath the barn quilt and put that under the TV. We had to have them come back. The TV electrical didn't work. We had so much rain this year, so I think I'm going to move that. Yeah, let's just see what I get done on this video. I'm dying to get out here. I want to do plants, but I love my stuff too. I love my salvaged junk stuff that most people don't really care about. But there's a few of you watching, and I know this is your type of vibe. So yes, you were able to leave the TV up all year long. It has that case, so you just unplug it. So Chris turned it on. It worked. The plug didn't work, and they just came and they changed it, faulty or whatever. They changed it on Friday for me, so that was a quick in and quick out, and not any big deal. But yeah, I'm gonna move this first. I would like to find, you know, because, you know, like y'all, I want something secondhand. He got that working, and the birds are loving it. They're drinking out of the top one. But with it being cement, we have to put water in it, and the cement, of course, absorbs the water. I did see a couple little things where you can get some copper for bird baths to help with algae. So I'll probably order those, but I'm on the search for a cement bird bath. Just because I have a beautiful one that I salvaged, but it's too lightweight, and it just kept tipping over all the time. I'm like, I ain't got time for that. So I'd like to find, but I want a big top. Even though we told the birds they had to move out of the pavilion area, we do enjoy the birds. We do feed the birds. We gave them plenty of bird houses to, Chris just got we got that other little one. I like the PVC or the metal because, bird houses you leave out all year long, and the wood, the weather is just, I don't have to keep buying and buying them. I'd rather just clean them up every year and call it all good. But yes, I'm on the search for a bird bath that's cement. So, it's the thrill of the hunt. And my thought is that we're not going to put a spigot here. There's a spigot. And if I just center this underneath here, whether I'm putting plants or not, that I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm putting on top of here right now. But at least it's centered, sort of, kind of, with the electrical and all the other outlet. I do need to put some caulk because we did have the outdoor spigot there, but I think he's going to replace that siding when he does this siding. He just has to. He doesn't want to. There's all those things as a homeowner you don't want to do, and that's one of them. So if I just keep covering it up, you won't notice as much. So I'm going to go get the broom. I'm going to sweep out the rest of the leaves. This all seemed to have weathered well. We covered it up. But they just keep blowing back, so I'm just going to gather them up. I love this. I love the cement. The cement is awesome. Well worth the investment. I do know I bought this last year at the US 12. So it's 27 sales. And it's leaving rust rings on the bottom. So before I fill it up, we had bought another table that needed the bottom plastic casters. So I need to go. See, there's all these things that aren't fun. They're not the fun of decorating, but they need to be done. So I need to get behind here and get those leaves, but I also need to put the casters on this so the rust isn't, that there's not rust. Did not move the chair far enough. This year that I had some rust going on, and I'm like, oh, but I have it filled with a whole bunch of stuff, so we will fix that. I thought I was going to bring you another inside decor one, but it was nice enough to do something outside. I got some wink to get the rust off the cement, and then these are the little casters you just hammer in. So you can get those little tabbies off of Amazon if you need replacement ones. I think I bought a pack of 12 and I had 4 left over from the table set that I got last year. And then I just used a little wink to get off the rust, most of the rust that got left behind from the metal rusting on the bottom and leaving a rust ring, which wasn't so pretty. Chris had been blowing the leaves just out into the yard, of course, and so this is the stuff that it's relentless, keeps coming back in. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to put it in the wagon, take it out to the compost pile. I'm sure there's some kind of sucky up one, but this is what I'm doing. So why I like these from Myers is because they go straight up. So they're perfect. They'll fill out wonderful. I got them last year. I don't have to change out anything on them. They'll just go up and over. They're pretty darn full. My hope is by fall maybe to have a greenhouse. I don't know if it'll happen this year because we're getting rid of the wood burner. So we don't have to deal with wood anymore. So we have to have a different water heater put in because our garage has radiant floor heat. So we have to have that done. a water heater. And then since we're getting rid of that, then I need a central air. We're going to do another mini split in our garage because we're in there all the time. So that will heat it and then cool it. So, you know, there's all those added expenses, you know. I'm not that type of YouTuber that makes billions. We have to, just like y'all, this is my daily week job, probably make the same pay rate that y'all make. And we had a budget, one big project a year. Like, so last year it was putting this so we could have some enjoyment, and now it's going to be that. I would love to find somebody to be able to do our garage floor. They now are coming out with different technology because of its radiant floor heat. You can't put cement over cement. They'd have to tear off all the cement, but it has radiant floor heat. And then epoxy, there's like a different epoxy now that they're doing over cement. There is somebody in Fort Wayne, but I haven't seen enough reviews on it, so we're just holding off. We'll see. You know, you have to have dreams. That's all there is to home ownership. It's about dreaming. You have lots of dreams. But I love filling in, you know, it's a corner, one of those little corners, you know. I keep my cushions inside, and so when we have people over, I'll bring the cushions out. But right now it's getting all the leaves. We're all very thankful for shade. Very thankful for shade. I see, you know, yeah, I'll have to do something about the bird poo. So we have those gorgeous pine trees over there. Gorgeous. And I know there's an owl that lives in them. We hear him, probably a horned owl. I don't know what's native to our area. But their pollination right now is this green dust. So right now everything is going to be covered with this green dust. So if you have allergies, they're going to be flaring up because of the green dust. And you can, like, I don't know if you can see from this far because you're on a tripod, but you can see the green dust on our black table. So everything has that little green dust on it right now. So there's that. I was going to do my little cubby, but I think I'm going to do my baker's rack because that's in the shade. Isn't that how that goes? I love this little thing. I got a lady at a garage sale. It was a citywide sale, and some of the, I don't want to call it old people because I'm going to be there. But anyway, she had like, I don't know, 12 items out. But one of her items, she had taken some of her hens and chicks and put them in recycled containers and was selling them for $10. I think that's a great price. So I'm like, you know what? I want one. I don't know if I'm going to replant it right now. I'm not actually going to put it out here. There's a little table over here that I think I'm just going to set it on here until it's green, so it fits in with my theme. So yeah, I liked it. You can't have too much on there because that's the propane tank to run the campfire pit. Oh, I absolutely love old signs. Got this at an auction. And though I know, you know, I haven't weathered defensed it or anything, I'm thinking that it would fit. You know, it's this is for our enjoyment if you don't see it. So I think I'm just going to work around. It's one of those very lightweight, flimsy. Someday I would like the back of our barn. You know, we always have these big plans. I want to create a sign for it. Since Chris won't let me paint one of the half of the barn black and do the sign on it that way. Probably he's right. I probably should get a piece of marine board and paint my sign instead of trying to paint the whole thing. So yeah, I'm gonna start off with that piece. I'm gonna bring, because it's easier, because I'm gonna just bring over the stuff that you saw on the table and put it here because it's already here, and then I'll go into our barn and see what I need to grab to fill the space in, because I had terracotta pots in my collection of sprinklers. But the fun of decor is you don't have to do the same. You can totally do the same old you do every year, or you can change it up, because I'm constantly buying and selling. So I'm like, oh yeah, there's that. So yeah. Oh, a green old toolbox. I got this. Now, some of the stuff you haven't even seen in my hauls because it's been very busy time with sales and stuff, and our antique business at Hog Creek has been doing extremely well. I've been having, knock on wood, you never know. It could, next week, it could be dead as a doorknob, but we've had to go out and get stock. So I'm doing more garage sales. It's garage sale season here in Michigan. So I have to go out and do garage sales. Because that's part of my income is reselling, but I also love to craft. So I'm trying, but so I don't have so many videos behind. If I add one here and there on a Thursday of me shopping, that's just how it's going to be. We all got to do what we got to do, but I'll always be sharing crafting and ideas with you because one of my booths, that's what I sell is crafting stuff. So love the toolbox. I know I ramble sometimes. Love the toolbox. So my idea was to put so I've been trying to collect green handled garden tools, handheld ones. And then I thought, what perfect, but then to put them in a toolbox. Love that idea. In leaves that I need, I'm just picking them up because that's how they are. Here's some of them. These are just what I bought this spring. And I am a matchy. That just helps you helps me weed out from not buying everything. I'm sure I don't have enough to fill this whole thing up. I will fill it with some other terracottas or galvanized or something. But I'm a green girl. As I said, I have green eyes, so apparently I only see green. And especially with our white house and our black accents, I definitely love the green. So my other search is I collect, yes I do. So I collect the galvanized watering cans. Now I'm looking for the vintage green, and yes, I can paint them. I can paint them green. And then this is just a little vent, but it's galvanized. And sometimes in your galvanized buckets, like here, we'll get wind. So I'll get a big rock or a piece of a brick and put it in there so that way it doesn't. But then you also have to go across every now and again because I don't want to drill a hole in it for water. If it rains, you got to every once in a while check in your little watering cans and make sure you're not built up with water, because then you just habitated for mosquitoes to be like, hey, thanks for the home. So in case we don't fight that here at this house as much as we did, because where we lived before, we didn't live on the lake. The lake was behind our house. So we had swampy forest, and we fought the mosquitoes terrible. This house, not so much. But as long as you don't give them a habitat to grow on, I think it'll be good. And if you hear the tractor, Chris is still he's laying dirt. Like, I don't think anybody ever maintained the property, like the yard of the house. We're fighting moles. Moles were terrible this year, so he's rolling. And then you got the topsoil. Of course, I showed you to fill in like the ruts and everything. And then also where the cement truck was, when they brought that just sunk in terrible. So, I mean, it's a bumpy ride when you're doing your when you're mowing. So that's part of the thing is like, this is the spring, this is the time. Probably would have been better earlier because we had a ton of rain. Who knows? It may rain again. It may not rain again. Delay seed, but at least he's flattening that out. We should still be able to seed to get it to grow. But that's what you hear in the background is I'm working here and he's working there. That's just how we roll. We were already in our booths this morning, doing our auction haul and putting it in our booth because I process fast. I mean, if it's sitting in your inventory, you're not selling it, and I don't like holes. And I was so sad. I heard that Christine from the Turn Leg was at Hog Creek this morning when I was in. I must have just missed her. She must have been there at 10 when it opened. I don't know if we were there closer to 11:30, so we didn't get to see her. I don't know if she filmed or not. I would have loved to seen her because she was way out of her area of Livonia. So Livonia? Is that it? Near Detroit. I would have loved to run into her. That would have been so cool. So you all know I one of my I have many collections, not only in my house but outside, and it's old spigots, old watering hoses, spigots, sprinklers. So these are just a few that I have collected, and I thought I tip over that, like, most people don't want a broken down, rusty, crusty, you know, egg basket. I do. I like it. I don't care. I don't care. Doesn't bother me none. But I thought it would be fun to have some of these kind of. I love this one. It's square shape. So I thought it would just be fun having some of these just pouring out like it tipped over. I know sometimes you're not like you were out and about and you're shopping and you're like, what is that? And then you see other holes and you're like, it's a sprinkler. So I get excited over the weird things. Like, look at this one. I'm showing you before you ever even see it in the haul. So we'll see. I know I had most of my sprinklers on this shelf last year, so we'll see. I'll have to. And then this was a watering can head that you don't. If you find them, grab them because you may get to use it. I know people would like me to sell them, but I'm like, I can't guarantee it's going to. All the watering cans are different, so I can't say you buying one for me is going to fit at all. So I think I cleared off my table though. So now I have to go out to the barn. So this is our compost. Pumpkins, sunflowers. And then I'm like throwing my leaves over here. They just threw all their junk over here. And I'm like, what? I see green. I see green. I don't know. I'm going to clean it up. What does it say? Something street. Whether it was an old street sign, I don't know. Clean it up and see what it is. You know, if anything, scrapping. I don't know what that big piece is. Oh, groundhog's hole. The things we will dig in. I don't know what this piece of metal is. I probably can't lift that. I think that's bigger than what I can lift. But yeah, just keep uncovering metals. He keeps picking it up and putting it in his recycling. Some people just don't recycle and they just, because we have that hole, that hill over there, he tried to just bulldoze it down, but it's all junk. So little by little, he goes in there. And then once he gets a scoop, he has to dump the scoop, and then he has to weed out all the trash that's in there. And we just decided this is going to be the compost area because you can only, you only can do so much. You need a compost area. So little by little, he's picking up the tin. I'm picking up the tin, but I want to see what that street sign says. I know it's probably mostly gone, but you still can see some of the lettering. Oh no! What to pick? What to pick? Because of course I've shopped. We've done auctions, so there is a ton. I have a ton. That's part of the reason I'd like to have a greenhouse closer to the back. Not only to like reasons I'd like to have a greenhouse, like an area that you could, like, so I could put the ferns back out and the geraniums that I know that would winter if you had a greenhouse. But also so that our barn wasn't all filled up like this every year, because winter's harsh on stuff, so you got to bring it in, and so now I got to weed through to get to the stuff that I would like to at least put on the baker's rack. Baby steps. We can't do this all in one day. I'm old. And I didn't bring a tripod, so I'm just setting you on a shelf, and we'll see if you can see or not. We do have remember we have the outdoor booth, so we also sell stuff in the outdoor booth. So, okay. Get my idea. Our Orioles are here. I got this at a sale. I'm not filling this all up with grape jelly because, of course, it would just get wet. I kind of thought making it into a bird bath and putting a hole in it, but then I also thought about filling it up with seeds because they eat a lot of seeds. But then I need to put a drainage. There's no drainage hole in it. So of course water will just build up on it. So that's my thought, is just to, I like the orange. So I think I might just make it into a bird feeder. Largest mailbox in the hopes that Chris could hang it and that we could put some of like the mail people could put some of the Amazon and my order packages in there. And I'm sorry, Chris, for putting it on your side of the barn for a moment. I can't get to it if I don't at once. They're here somewhere. I think I found them. We put them in the boiler. Found them. They're inside this. Say, goodness gracious, great balls of fire. What have I done to myself? Oh, goodness. Oh, my hippo. My house hippo. My house hippo that I thought was metal, and when I painted him, he ended up being terracotta, but that's okay. He can come out. He goes on the back. So I have this little space here where you can see, like, that's the generator plug-in. We're not fancy. We don't have one of those generators. We just have where you have to plug in. We're blessed to have that. Bought it on Marketplace. So I'm going to go ahead and put a terracotta pot, another one of the ferns, and then my house hippo. I like my house hippo. It's supposed to be good luck. There's a whole story about a house hippo. So either you have it in the house. I have mine. Well, he wasn't in the house this summer or this winter, but there's that. And then poor Chris, I'll have to move everything when he finishes off the siding. And now I'll help him hide it. And like I said, the ferns are, they're pretty darn hardy. You just have to watch the frost, because they will. They won't be good. I don't put a plant in him. He doesn't have drainage, and I don't want to break him. So I just, like my other ones, I make sure that I clean them out, keep the water dumped out of them. It's one of those things you have to. He's always smiling. Can you see him smiling? I brought some terracotta. It's like my signature. We cannot not have terracotta, right? I'm pretty sure this grouping came from a sale just this year. Like, don't break them, don't break them, don't break them, right? It's like organized, thrown together, but it's supposed to look like they just fell like that. And we all know they didn't. 3 more. I actually just started this idea of collecting the green this year. And of course, I want to see the green, so that's what's going to be sticking out. Now, I could probably get a lot in there. The green sprinklers. Though I might find something to put them in, I have not come up with like a long, but I guess if I put them in something, then you can't necessarily see the signage back there, but we'll see how it goes. There again, it's just supposed to look like a salvage yard. That's my whole thing. I like salvage. Me, your rusty, crusty junk. I'll take it. Now, since I have a lot of spaces to do, there's no guarantees that all this is just going to stay here through the other spaces I'm working on. So, there's that. Of course, I'm looking for the age, the patina, and then there's actually green. There is green of them, so that's how I help narrow it down, because I've seen yellow, I've seen red, maybe the red faded to orange. So I try to pick. That's how I pick when I'm out picking. I'm looking for the green. We did see some at the Davisburg. I did get the one small round one there, but they were great big ones. And I'm like, I don't know if I want that big of one. I want to be able to see them. And then I knew I wanted to put that sign there. I like that it says plant life fertilizer, watch it grow. I also like that it doesn't have like a business, like some business on it. Hello, okay. I think I'll just stick that up there with the green one. I don't think I have a lot of the green tipped ones. Now I need something for the bottom shelf, and then I need to go get some galvanized. I forgot I grabbed my junk. This is new, like somebody made it new. Well, I love it because, if you're a junker, you get it. So, and last year it kept falling over. And maybe that'll help. That fall over and then take up some of the space that I so I can find all my gardening tools. Got a chicken feeder. I got an old dairy container, milk container that doesn't open. I put terracotta there last year, but it's fun to change it up. I think this might be too tall. It is too tall. I love this. I absolutely love this, but I need to figure out how to. No, we're not covering it up. I'll figure a place to hang it. I didn't know if it would work. I didn't know if it would work or not. So I'm not sure what's better than a wagon full of galvanized watering cans. I'm not sure. I didn't want to put I don't want to have to water over here if I don't have to. I did mums in the fall, and that was fine because you don't water them as much. But I don't want to interfere with the TV, or I can't remember how many will fit. I was kind of looking for the same theme going on there. All of them had their spouts. That's how I start doing my collection now, is trying to find ones that have the spout. I won't pass them up if they don't have the spout because they're a great project piece. Like this one's been repaired. Hey, y'all, they tell a story. They tell a good story, but I gotta leave enough room that the door opens. Oh, and they're all that's what I mean. They're all just a little different. And the little chippy bench goes perfect. Does leave paint chips on the ground. Yeah, you'll have that. But yeah, I think the door opened just fine. Yep, we're good. Whoever invented the siding hooks, genius. Pure genius. I think that's where I'm going to hang that little. I just had the little windmill part sitting on a chair last year, and it just kept blowing over. And I love that somebody painted numbers on it. So I'm going to. This is actually a bathroom window, but I mean, you have to be pretty tall to see. That was nice about getting rid of the deck, because if the deck, you could see into the window, and it's a weird window. And I'm like, that's weird that you can look into the. Anyway, y'all, I would like to put this to fill in the space. So you have to go a piece of siding is solid here, so you have to go in between. But yeah, then we can hang this there. But it fills in that space, kind of completes that little space for the season. Together on this section. You have to break things off into sections, or you could just overwhelm yourself with way too much to do. This is a great, huge chicken feeder. Water, and it was at a Goodwill. I think I'm going to put it on this side. And for right now, I'm going to put one of the hanging baskets of ferns in it. I'm not going to cut the fern thingy off, the hanger off. It tips a little bit. could be the runoff. It doesn't matter. And I thought that hole on the top is perfect to put like a hanging basket in. I was thinking that the hanging basket part would just nope. I was hoping it was going to grab. It's not going to grab, so I have to come up with something for the inside. Because you're awesome. Think one's enough?
Yeah.
Ta-da! Look, and now it stands up, and nobody will ever know. Even though it's not like your flower, your color, your pop of color yet, just seeing green right now is, yeah. Don't worry, I'll be adding color. But I do love these ferns, and the nice thing about the ferns is, like I said, they go all the way through fall. And I mean, I can't say we're going to get a greenhouse this year, but you know, hopes and dreams. But anyway, so at least they'll go through fall. So Chris is done rolling and putting dirt, so he's going to reinforce those hooks so we can hang. So I wanted something here. I moved my little fawn pond, and then this this guy is like a double wash tub stand. Ouch! If I don't close it on my finger, a double wash tub stand. And finding two, so that one is two matching, and we get outbid all the time on two matching. I don't know, you know, we all have a dollar amount. So to cover up some more of this, I might have to go back and get some more ferns. How many ferns are too many ferns? I don't know for right now. But what I did not get outbid on one time was this bad boy. So I'm going to use that. More ferns because I only have 2 extra left. I plan on planting it, but so this is just one of the hanging ones. We grabbed whatever the cart would hold at Myers. So 3. See, they are 2 different. There are definitely 2 different ones. And once they fill out, they just fill out. I bought 2 thinking I was going to do the front porch, but probably the hanging basket ones. Because this container's is taller than that. Hang those up and I'll just put all 3 of those in there. It's either way. Right?
Yep.
Well, I mean, there's the green. We needed green. Our back area needed green, Chris. And then you just cut those little things off and call it good.
These hooks that are up here are fine, but they do flex. And it's because the siding flexes behind it. Now they make these. If you look, they're actually notched so they fit over the siding. I guess this way. They're notched so they fit over the siding. The idea is when I put the screws through here on this, it'll distribute the weight over this 6x6, 8x8 square.
Where we've had to do weed killer, of course, it's pulling away from the rocks, and the rocks are falling, so why he got the dirt. Unfortunately, little by little, he's just going to go ahead and backfill it with the dirt that he got. It's just that stuff you do in the spring. Not the fun stuff. This is not the fun stuff. This is just the stuff you have to do. Bless his heart. But if not, all the rocks are going to fall out. And I know we just have had extreme amount of rain this year, so that didn't help.
I mean, if you bounce it, it bounces, but
Yeah.
when it's there. The other ones were way forward.
Yeah. So I don't want to just put this outside and have rust bleed all over wherever. And then of course, then the rust will just eat through the metal eventually. So I'm going to do weather defense, a few coats. I'm loving on it. I just, like I said, even though it's not floral, there's not flowers and color, just having that pop of green, it just feels so nice. So I'll skim over, show you. I'm not bringing the cushions out. This is this area, and then we'll move on to the next area. Like I said, I like the ferns. I like them a lot. I will decide to go to one of my favorite go-to greenhouses in Marshall and see what they have. I'm trying to keep it. It's busy. It's just a busy time. We're all busy, so I hope you enjoyed today's content. I hope you're out junking, trying to find some of these salvage finds in those dirty barns. That's a lot of times where you find them. We will see you next time, and you can see what we're up to. Bye.